Hey guys, it's Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome and thank you for finding us. I hope you are doing well. This is a Patreon early release list video. Hell yes. Thank you so much to our patrons. This channel would not exist in the way it exists without the contributions of the amazing people who are in there. I love doing Patreon exclusive content. I do a lot of movie reviews as exclusives in there. I put up like stills that I get from the Blu-ray labels and stuff as kind of exclusive stuff in there too. I got a lot of cool exclusives. Then we do wicked early release videos, which are videos that come out months in Patreon before they come out on the channel. And then I do regular early release videos too. So this is a list that people requested of me multiple times. Multiple people contacted me after the In the Line of Duty and Tiger Cage movies were released by 88 and by Eureka. So if you're unfamiliar, 88 Films at the end of 2022 or maybe fall of 2022, they put out a Tiger Cage Blu-ray set. Huge shout out to Louise who sent that to me. Totally unprompted, just emailed me and was like, I would like to gift this to you. I freaking love those movies. I'm so happy that that was sent to me. I couldn't be more appreciative. And then Eureka put out the In the Line of Duty series, which is Yes Man and Royal Warriors, In the Line of Duty 3, In the Line of Duty 4 in Region B. And then 88 Films put them out as a box set in Region A. There's a lot of talk about like the similarities between these movies with Yuen Woo-ping directing, but he directed, I believe, all the Tiger Cage movies. He directed In the Line of Duty 4. You have Donnie Yen in the Line of Duty 4, who's also in Tiger Cage 1 and 2. And I think that, if I remember correctly, Tiger Cage 1 was like 88, and then Tiger Cage 2 and In the Line of Duty 4 were both 89, or like one was 89, one was 90. And so there's a lot of speculation about like, is Donnie Yen playing the same character? And like, are these series kind of intermingled? And is there overlap between, like thematically kind of similar and stuff like that? The action is kind of similar. So people ask me, would you rank both of these series together as one big thing? So that's what I'm doing in this video. This is really just my own personal perspective and me looking at it through the things that I find interesting about cinema. The other thing that's worth noting is that all of these films are awesome. So there's like, I had to put something last, but they're all awesome and none of them really deserve to be at the bottom of a list. So let's just dive into it. There's 7 of the films altogether because there's 4 In the Line of Duty films, 3 Tiger Cage films. The first thing that I have here on the list, I think might upset some people because, well, let me tell you what it is. It's In the Line of Duty 3. So when these films started coming out, a lot of people were on Twitter and in my Facebook group and even texting me being like, I think 3 is like the best one. It's like the dark horse of the series. Like the action in this movie is incredible. It's got like the Japanese angle, which is super cool. The dude from Shin Kamen Rider is in it, or Kamen Rider, one of those. I've never seen any of the Kamen Rider stuff. I apologize for my ignorance, but he's in the Line of Duty 3, and people were really blown away by it. It's just like this hard-nosed, badass, brutal, crazy action extravaganza. It's a really fun, awesome movie. I think I've seen this movie 3 times in the past like 5 or 6 months, and each time I like it more. The villains are fascinating, especially the female villain. I think she's amazing in this film. It's such a dynamic character, and the performance is so strong. There's a lot of stuff to love about this movie. But for me, the cardinal sin of this film, and again, I don't dislike any of these movies. They're all awesome. They're all so fun. But if I have to pinpoint why this one is at the bottom of my list, Cynthia Khan is like really not doing anything for like the first 20 minutes of this movie. And I feel like that could have been handled differently. They either could have waited to introduce her at the time when it was appropriate for the narrative to bring her into it, or they could have given her something else to do or condensed the kind of opening section of this film, because I feel like, not with the Japanese characters as much, but with Cynthia Khan, I just feel like they're kind of like dicking around, wasting time at the beginning of this film, and I just want it to get to the point a little faster. That's my only gripe. And again, there are no bad movies in these series. Well, some people might say Tiger Cage 3 is bad. Obviously, I don't think so because it's not the last on my list. But anyway, at number 6, I do have Tiger Cage 3. I really liked this movie. Like, I was surprised by how much I liked this movie. This movie is a financial thriller. It is not an action movie. It does have some action scenes in it. It's not like a martial arts extravaganza. It's a very different type of film than the other movies. One of the things I loved about this movie is the ambiguity of the central character. You don't really know if she's the good guy or the bad guy until like kind of the third act of the film. It's really well set up and really well written and very intriguing. The Michael Wong character I really liked in this film because he's kind of like this fly in the ointment where like he like parts of him are really good and decent and likable, and parts of him you're like, this guy's a dick. And he's a very three-dimensional character, but he just constantly keeps coming back, and he has this really strong sense of morality that he refuses to let go, and he keeps like pushing the plot in all these unexpected directions. And I just thought the writing was really good in this movie, and I almost put this movie one higher on my list. But out of respect for what I have at number 5, I put Tiger Cage 3 at number 6. At number 5, I have Yes, Madam, which again seems low. I mean, it's the Girls with Guns movie. It started the whole thing. It's the the first mega Michelle Yeoh movie. Cynthia Rothrock is in it. Like, the final fight scene is incredible. The fight with the two of them against Dick Wyatt, like the motorcycle chase, is such an amazing sequence. The stuff at the airport, the opening scene, I love, with this kind of like cheeky homage to the In the Line of Duty films. And I love John Shum in this movie. I like Mang Hoi a lot. I like that whole kind of plot with them as thieves. The only thing that takes me out of this movie, that kind of torpedoes it a little bit for me, is the Choi Hart character. I just can't get into it. I don't know why, but it's just like that character and that style of humor in this film just completely takes me out of it. And I'm like, can we just get to the next scene, please? But other than that, it's a banger of a movie, and it is an absolute classic. You cannot dispute that fact. So that's Yes, Madam. And number 4, I have Tiger Cage 2. If you're watching these movies just for action and ass kicking and like mind blowing stunts and amazing fight scenes and really innovative like stunt and action sequences, you'd probably put this one right up near the top. This is an amazing, amazing action and fight movie. There were multiple points in this movie while I was watching it where I actually said out loud, "Holy shit," or like, "What is going on?" Like, at one point while I was watching this movie, my wife was in the other room and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's just Donnie Yen doing amazing stuff, jumping off of buses." And like, there's one scene in this movie where Donnie Yen kicks a guy off of a bus into a car. Like, he falls off the bus and lands on the moving car. It's insane. It is insane. Amazing action movie. And I actually really like, there's some interesting character stuff in this movie too, I think, with the Donnie Yen character and the Michael Wong character, and like the dynamics of the characters as they shift over the course of the film. And I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really interesting. So at number 3, we're getting into the top 3 on my list of my ranking, of my co-ranking of the In the Line of Duty and Tiger Cage films. I have In the Line of Duty 4. This movie is amazing. Like, this is like, any one of the top 3 could have been number 1. Honestly, they're all freaking incredible films. This movie is amazing. Like, it's got a really great plot. I love the characters in this movie. It's a really interesting story. It's got amazing action in it. It's got like motorcycle stunts and fighting and like, and the Cynthia Khan character and the Donnie Yen character, they're kind of like, they don't like each other at the beginning, and then they start to like each other, and then they start working together, and they become this amazing duo. And it's just a great, like, it is a great 80s Hong Kong action martial arts film. And I think these movies really exist at the pinnacle of what I think of as this unique Hong Kong genre of films that existed in the 80s and 90s, really the early 90s, that are like urban action gunplay films that also have amazing martial arts in them. And it's almost like, it's like taking like the Police Story kind of Jackie Chan, or like the Sammo Hung kind of thing of like the urban action film with martial arts in it, and then the John Woo thing of like the over-the-top gunplay, and like sticking those together. And I think this is one of the absolute best films of this subgenre, and I give it absolute highest marks. It was hard to put that one at 3, because even though 3 is high, it's such a damn good movie. It felt like it deserved to be higher. At number 2, I have Royal Warriors. I loved this movie. This movie blew me the frick away. I had seen it like once before, like not even that long ago, honestly, like maybe 6 years ago. And I remembered like the airplane sequence, the nightclub shootout, but like for whatever reason, it wasn't like, oh, and then I rewatched it and it just blew me away. The characters are so good. And the way that you have these amazing dynamics between the good guy characters and the bad guy characters, you really understand the villains, where they come from, why they're doing what they're doing, why they're so devoted to one another, why they're such fanatics, why they're so violent. The good characters are so well drawn and so well connected to one another, and it has like some moments where you're just like, oh my god, that did not just happen. But like, it's such a good character drama, it's such a good thriller, and it's an amazing action movie. And I loved this movie. Like, this is like top tier 80s Hong Kong thriller action to me. Freaking loved it. So you know what's left. There's only one movie left on the list, and this is I put this movie on my top 10 heroic bloodshed list, which I did recently. It's Tiger Cage. This is one of the best Hong Kong thrillers I've ever seen. It's so well done. It has this amazing device where it seems like it's this kind of reaction style thriller. I kind of think of thrillers as falling into two camps: reaction style and more like meticulous clockwork type of thriller. An action style or a reaction style thriller is a thriller to me where something, an event happens that kicks off the movie, and then the rest of the movie is characters reacting, like you hit me, I hit you, you hit me, I hit you, until the conclusion. A clockwork style thriller is a movie more like Infernal Affairs, right? Or like Chinatown is a great example of a movie that's really meticulously plotted, where you have all these secrets and intricacies and all these kind of layers of character and theme, and it's all kind of densely tied together. This movie makes you think it's a reaction style thriller for like the first half of it, and then it starts to reveal itself, and you realize it's more of a meticulous clockwork thriller, and you just didn't realize it because it hides itself so well. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen, I think, about paranoia and people starting to lose it and not trust one another and to not know what is real and what is true and who they should believe in and stuff like. It's such a freaking great movie. Amazing characters. There's great action sequences in this film. I love the vibes of it. Yeah, I love it's almost a perfect movie to me, honestly. Like I cannot recommend this movie enough. I was blown away by it. I've watched it I think 3 times since my first watch of it. It just keeps getting better. It's Tiger Cage. So my name is Will. You are watching Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. This is a Patreon early release video in which I rank the In the Line of Duty and Tiger Cage series. I thank you so much for watching. Let me know your ranking in the comments, and we'll see you next time.